Everyone wants to feel calm, centered, and in control. But in a world that runs on instant results, patience feels like a lost art. Most people treat it like a weakness, when in reality it's one of the highest forms of power a human can ever master. Patience isn't just waiting. It's the silent confidence that what's meant for you is already aligning in unseen ways. It's the ability to stay grounded, while everything else feels uncertain. That's what separates the ordinary from the spiritually awakened. Those who have stepped into higher consciousness know that rushing only destroys what's still forming. Think about it. A tree doesn't grow faster because you shout at it. It grows in silence in its own timing, and when it's ready, its strength becomes undeniable. That's exactly how your evolution works. The more you force life, the more it slips out of your control. But when you master patience, you shift from chasing to attracting. You stop fighting time and start flowing with it. That's when your energy rises to a level most people can't reach, a level where peace becomes your default, and nothing can shake it. Patience is not about doing nothing. It's about doing what you can while trusting what you can't. It's an active form of faith in yourself, your path, and the process of your growth. It's understanding that your timing doesn't need to match the world's noise. The moment you stop comparing your progress to others, you start moving faster in your own lane. The irony is that impatience slows you down far more than waiting ever will. Every time you force something before its time, a relationship, success, healing, you end up creating resistance instead of flow. But when you allow things to unfold naturally, you realize that what's meant for you never misses you. The higher your awareness grows, the more you see that time is not your enemy, it's your teacher. Every delay, every silence, every unanswered prayer is shaping your strength, your wisdom, and your emotional maturity. The spiritually awakened understand that the waiting phase is not punishment, it's preparation. The universe, or life itself, doesn't delay things to hurt you, it delays them to align you. Because sometimes, what you're asking for requires you to become a stronger version of yourself first. And that transformation doesn't happen overnight. You can't rush spiritual growth any more than you can rush sunrise. Every single moment of waiting is doing something invisible inside you. It's breaking your attachment to control, burning away impatience, and building a version of you that can handle the blessings that are coming. That's the paradox. Patience feels like stillness, but it's actually progress in disguise. When you practice patience, you are mastering self-regulation. You're learning how to respond instead of react. You're training your emotions to serve you, not sabotage you. This is how chosen ones rise, not by doing more, but by becoming unshakable in the in-between. While everyone else is panicking over results, you are cultivating inner peace. While others are chasing shortcuts, you are strengthening your foundation. That's why patience is so rare, because it requires maturity, not motivation. It's a form of emotional intelligence that tells life, I'm ready when it's time. There's power in waiting with grace. It tells your energy that you're in control, not desperation. And the moment you master that, life starts responding differently to you. Things begin to flow easier. People sense your calmness. Opportunities find you without effort. That's because your vibration changes from forcing to allowing, and that subtle shift is what transforms everything. Patience is a secret language of trust. It communicates confidence in your purpose, even when results haven't shown up yet. The greatest breakthroughs often happen the moment you stop obsessing over when they'll happen. Because when you stop looking at the clock, you start living in alignment with timelessness, that space where creation happens. Think about the last time you were impatient. You wanted something now, success, healing, clarity, and because it didn't arrive on your schedule, you felt like you were failing. But what if that delay was protecting you from something you couldn't see? What if what you wanted wasn't ready yet, or you weren't ready to receive it? When you look back later, you'll realize that the delay was divine timing disguised as disappointment. Every moment of waiting that once frustrated you was actually teaching you emotional control. Patience is not passive. It's the art of maintaining your inner peace while the external world tests your limits. It's the ability to hold your energy steady when life tries to shake you. And that steadiness, that calm power, is what separates the awakened from the unaware. Impatience is born from fear. Patience is born from strength. Fear says, if it doesn't happen now, I'll lose it. Strength says, if it's mine, it will find me. The moment you understand this, you stop fighting against time and start working with it. You start noticing how everything that once stressed you doesn't even move you anymore. You begin to trust your growth, your timing, your journey. That's when true peace arrives. Not because everything is perfect, but because you stopped needing it to be. Mastering patience is mastering yourself. It's not about waiting quietly in a corner. It's about walking through chaos calmly, knowing that every step still counts even if you can't see where it's leading. Patience is your proof of maturity, your evidence of awareness, and your passport to higher consciousness. The chosen ones, those who've truly awakened, know that the loudest storms often come before the calmest breakthroughs. So when life feels uncertain, that's not a sign to give up. It's a sign to stand still with faith in your timing. The most powerful people are not those who move the fastest. They're those who can wait the longest without losing focus, because waiting without losing energy is the highest form of self-mastery. It means your emotions no longer control you. Your triggers no longer define you. Your peace no longer depends on circumstances. You have become your own center. And that's what spiritual evolution looks like, moving from reaction to response, from anxiety to awareness, from impatience to trust. You'll notice that when you stop rushing, time itself slows down for you. You begin to experience moments deeply, instead of chasing the next one. You start feeling joy even in uncertainty. That's when patience turns into power, because you're no longer controlled by outcomes. You're driven by purpose. You've transcended the need for constant validation. You're no longer asking, when will it happen? Instead, you're saying, I know it's already on the way. This mindset alone lifts you into a higher frequency, where opportunities naturally align. Because patience doesn't delay manifestation, it perfects it. When you move with patience, you stop attracting chaos. You start attracting clarity. You begin meeting people who match your peace, not your pain. You begin finding solutions instead of forcing outcomes. You notice that the more patient you become, the fewer things bother you. You stop rushing into things that aren't meant for you. You start enjoying the process instead of obsessing over the destination. That's the hidden wisdom most people never reach, because impatience keeps them trapped in cycles of stress. The spiritual awakening happens when you realize that time is not against you, it's working for you. Every delay is building something invisible. Resilience, awareness, strength. That's why higher consciousness feels so peaceful. It's built on trust, not tension. When you reach that level, your silence speaks louder than your actions. Your energy says, I'm in control. People feel it without you saying a word. You become magnetic, calm, unbothered. And that energy is rare in today's impatient world, which is exactly why it's powerful. Life starts rewarding you when you stop forcing it. The same moment you let go of control, everything you wanted begins to move toward you. That's how patience manifests miracles, not through waiting but through alignment. You stop chasing what's meant to come naturally. You start realizing that the right things will never pass you by, and the wrong things will always fall away. Patience doesn't make life easier, but it makes you stronger. It turns frustration into understanding, waiting into wisdom, and delay into direction. It's your teacher, your filter, and your silent protection. You can't learn patience through success. You learn it through discomfort, through moments that test your peace, through situations that push your limits. That's where your growth hides, inside the moments you wanted to escape. Every time you choose patience over panic, you evolve. Every time you breathe instead of react, you win. And every time you trust timing instead of fighting it, you rise higher in consciousness. That's the art of patience. Not escaping time, but mastering how you move through it. You don't rush the lesson, you let it unfold. You don't chase results, you become ready for them. That's the secret difference between those who live stressed and those who live awakened. One is always chasing, the other is always becoming. And becoming is infinitely more powerful than chasing. When you understand this, patience no longer feels like waiting. It feels like alignment. You start to see that the journey is not delaying your destiny, it's preparing you for it. And once you reach that realization, peace follows you wherever you go. Because true patience is not about how long you can wait, it's about how peacefully you can wait while you grow. It's the inner knowing that every seed you plant will bloom at the right time, in the right way, for the right reason. That's how you master the art of patience spiritually. By trusting that your timeline is sacred, your growth is unfolding perfectly, and your purpose is never late. If this connected with you, thank you for watching until the end. Like and subscribe, because your journey toward inner peace and higher consciousness is only just beginning.